My funny property story is to do with the kitchen sink. I was renovating a rundown unit in a block of flats, and I threw out the kitchen sink, and the tenants in Unit 3 came and took it and said it's better than theirs. That got me thinking. I got in contact with that owner, who I found out lived in Australia, and I said, if you ever want to sell, let me know. And about 2 years later, they contacted me. They wanted to sell, so I picked that up, $215,000. It was about 2010. I renovated that unit, and now I have 3 in the block.
I remember fondly this property deal in Mount Wellington back in 2006, a 3-bedroom house, and it was a couple that were going through a divorce, so it was starting to get a little bit nasty. There was a bit of going back and forth, and I managed to get this on contract at $265. However, there were some outstanding CCC issues, so he said that it was just a matter of council coming in and doing the inspection, and then CCC would be granted. So we signed up the deal where we went unconditional on the price, but settlement was pending on CCC. Now, eventually council did come in, and they said that there's a few things not up to scratch, and one of them being the gravel driveway. So the vendor was forced to put in a brand new concrete driveway for me at a cost of $22,000. Also, we managed to move into the property because we had given notice at that time we were renting. So we had already started doing a few of the minor cosmetic renovations. 4 months later, we settled on the property with a brand new driveway. Sell at that property today. Home's conservatively values it at $850,000. So it's amazing what time does to the value of property.
So one day on the road, I found 2 people arguing heatedly. I went over to investigate, and it turned out to be a landlord and tenant argument. They have a dispute. The landlord was furious and complaining the tenants were not looking after the property. I tried to calm her down, and after chatting for a while, I casually asked about the property and joked that maybe I should take the problem off her hands myself. To my surprise, she paused, looked at me and said, actually, maybe you should. Next thing I knew, we were sitting in a nearby McDonald's discussing the deal.
One of the funniest moments I have ever had in my property happened after an auction. The property passed in, and we were sitting upstairs at Barfoot and Thompson on Shortland Street, drinking coffee and negotiating slowly, bit by bit. The listing agent got frustrated, walked in and said, "Do you realize you are buying property, not potatoes?" Ron looked at her calmly and said, "Yes, we buy it like groceries because we buy properties every day." Her jaw dropped. And yes, we got an amazing deal that day.